Hello and good evening to everybody. This is the fourth video of the series in which I want to talk about the precious metals, gold and silver. Today I want to point out some of the main arguments or the strongest arguments for silver that speak for silver in my point of view. But before starting to speak about that, I wanted to tell you a little story about the history of the dollar. I've got here in my hand the $1 bill. It's nothing special, and mainly I think most of you have seen this bill before, but there's one interesting fact about this bill, because you see the small sentence above the 1. I think in the camera now it's mirror inverted, but here it's written, "In God we trust." See it above my finger. What's the interesting stuff about this sentence? The thing is, after the United States left the Bretton Woods Agreement, which was saying that every dollar should be backed by gold, they had to erase the former phrase. Before it was written, this dollar bill is redeemable for gold in every bank. You could go with a bill, you could go to a bank, and they would give you the amount of gold that represents $1. But after Bretton Woods, they put "In God we trust." But I don't know. I would prefer "In gold we trust," because if you just trust in gold, or just trust. Sorry, if you just trust in God, I know I have problems. It's hard. It's this thing about what I told you last time about that our monetary system is mainly based on confidence, and this is one example for this system based on confidence. You have to trust in God, and there's no real value after all the worldwide currencies have left the Bretton Woods, and there's no backing by precious metals like gold or silver. And if you see the comparable, this is the most popular silver coin worldwide. This is a silver eagle. It's minted in the United States, and it's really a nice coin in my point of view. This is a Liberty, and there's also written "In God we trust" here, as you can see above my finger. But the difference is, this is 1 ounce of silver. This coin costs around $23, $25 dollars or 20 euros approximately. And the difference between the bill and the coin is that the coin has its material value, and there's no need. This coin has no need to be redeemable in a bank, because it has its value itself. And this is really a story I wanted to tell you, because I've got this bill here at home just to remind me of this small story. Okay, now let's start with the stuff silver. Why do I like silver? For starting with silver, or the main facts, we always look at the price. And if you look at the prices, why if you have no idea about precious metals, you would be really surprised to see that one coin of silver costs around $20 actually, and gold is 1,275. It's a small difference, I think. It's around 64 times more expensive than gold. It's really strong. And if you look at the history of silver as money, and the historical ratio between gold and silver, you see an average ratio of 1 to 15. That means that before we had long centuries in which 1 ounce of silver was 15 times less expensive than gold. The simple explanation is that in the earth, in the ground, if you're drilling in the ground, you will find around 15 to 17 times more silver than gold. And that would make sense. This ratio, from this point of view, that would make sense. But actually we are already at 63, and this is really excessively cheap. And there are other things that's really strong for silver, because silver is a really important industrial metal. In the gold sector, we are using also a little bit of gold for the industry, for the dentists, for some electronic parts, but it's only above 10%, around 10% of the total production of gold that is used in industry. And for silver, it's around 60 to 70% that is consumed in the industry. And there are so small amounts also used of silver in many parts. Probably if you see a mobile phone, we need really small amounts, and it's not impossible, and it's not financially it makes no sense financially to recycle this stuff. So every year they get lost around 200-300 million ounces of silver just get used by the industrial applications. And there are many industrial applications that are really, or that need silver, and all this electronic stuff, mobile phones, notebooks, cameras, and well, probably what you don't know is the usage of as bactericide to sterilization. You need in the hospitals, you can use it as a, no, that sounds stupid. No, that you can use it as an antibacterial, is what I wanted to say. Antibacterial usage, because it's killing bacteria. If you make a solution of silver and you put bacteria inside, they will die in several minutes. And this is really a really strong growing industry, or strong growing sector that is demanding a lot of silver. Also, you find pieces of silver in socks, for example, and as anti-smell inlay, and it's really a lot of usage that are in which silver is indispensable. So it gets used every year, and it gets less and less, and this money and the price is still really low. And another point that I wanted another thing I wanted to mention today is also the all-time high. If you look at the historical prices of silver, you see a price around $20, per ounce, but silver was already at $50 1980. And if you adjust this price of $50 with the inflation, you will see around $125 per ounce if you adjust inflation adjusted. So silver should rise 6 times from the actual level to reach its historical high from 1980. So you see there's a lot of upward potential for silver. If you compare it to gold is around $1,275 an ounce, and this is already 50% above the nominal high of $850 in the beginning of the 80s. From the nominal point of view, it has made an all-time high, but also gold, if you adjust the price with the inflation, is still above the all-time high. The 850 adjusted by inflation is around $2,300 per ounce. So gold still has, from this point of view, has still upward potential. But for silver, it's much stronger. And another important fact is that, as I pointed out last time, governments actually, after 30 years of selling gold, they are buying gold in the Asian countries, in Malaysia, Thailand. they are buying gold actually. Russia is buying gold, and this has really changed in the last 2 or 3 years. And before the before when silver has been used as money, the times the government still had some some million or billion ounces of silver in the stocks. And this is also a big reason why the price of silver has been suppressed during decades. The United States had in stock above around 3 billion ounces of silver, and they have been selling this silver during every year. They have been selling this silver to the industry to really cheap prices. And this is a manipulation, or this is not an this is a manipulation of the market. If you're all the time selling stuff really cheap to the market, you suppress the normal price. That would be the normal market price. There's the normal market. How did I want to say it? The normal market is not working. If the government sells his stuff, and nowadays these 3 billion ounces of silver are nearly gone. So the governments worldwide, they don't possess, they possess certain amounts of gold. For example, Germany officially owned 3,400 tons of gold, but we are not possessing remarkable amounts of silver anymore. And the United States have, like I told you before, have sold all this stuff, and this is really also a strong point, that they have no possibility to suppress the price anymore, because all their stuff, all their warehouse is empty. Okay, I think this was enough for today. I'm sorry for my for my errors committed in this video. This was the first one I was doing in English. I hope to do it better the next time, and would be a pleasure to see you the next time. Bye.